We are now in chapter 12 titled Bhakti Yoga. In the last few classes, we have been seeing what is Bhakti Yoga. This chapter has got only 20 slokas, but most power packed chapter. We have seen already first 11 slokas, which starts with a question from Arjuna: who is superior between Saguna Bhakta, that is a Bhakta who is praying with attributes of Bhagavan, and a Nirguna Bhakta. Nirguna Bhakta is attributeless, and to conceive such a attributeless Bhagavan is very, very difficult. So what Bhagavan, Lord Krishna said was, if that is very difficult, I will come down. It's like, suppose you want to go to the first floor and it has 5 steps. So you put your leg on the first step, second step, then slowly on the 5th step, and from there you go to the first floor. So similarly here, Lord Krishna says a Nirguna Bhakta is on the 5th step. Once he climbs that step, he is a Jivan Mukta or a Jnani. This everybody can understand. But then the question comes, what is the first step? First step, most of us, like people like us, we are in the first step of the ladder. There are people, even they don't want to come and climb the steps. They are called Asuri Sambat. That means they are only interested in Bhoga, enjoyment, that's all. We have 4 goals: Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. So those people who are only in Artha and Kama, even that Artha they are earning in all corrupt method, not using dharmic method, they are all called Asuri Sampat. We are not talking about those people. People who have some devotion to Bhagavan. We are talking about that Bhagavan, that Shishyas, Bhaktas. I am a selfish person. I have devotion. I mean, I am not an atheist. I am an atheist. I believe in Bhagavan, and Bhagavan will give me whatever I want. So to that extent, I go and pray to Bhagavan. But Bhagavan says, if you want to climb the first step, you should have 2 conditions. One is earn your money in dharmic way, not corrupt method. Then you are nearer to Bhagavan. And the second condition he is putting is, by doing any prayer or action, whatever you get, that is a gift from Bhagavan, prasadam from Bhagavan. So if you have this attitude, you be a selfish person, no problem. Earn money, enjoy the wealth, but following those 2 conditions. That is possible for all of us. And slowly, this bhakta will expand his mind because mind gets purified. A day he will come to know that I have to share my income with others, and then he will do all the actions with Krishnarpana Buddhi, Arpana Buddhi. I offer all my actions to Bhagavan, and whatever results I get, that is a prasada from Bhagavan. So there he has no self-interest, and this is called Karma Yoga. All of us can practice Karma Yoga, which is also very simple. After all, we are doing everyday action. We are eating food. So before eating, starting eating, pray to God that because of your grace, I have got this food, and I express my gratitude to you. So that is possible. And the benefit what we get out of eating is our hunger is appeased. If we drink water, the thirst is appeased. Naturally, our devotion goes deeper and deeper, 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 and ultimately, Bhagavan is doing everything for me. So that attitude comes. So that is the second level of bhakti. So you are in the second step now. Now, from external objects, we would like to peep inside because external objects are not giving me pleasure, sukham. The sukham is my own swarupa, nature. Such chit ananda swarupam. That is our swarupa. So that chit is from inside, swarupa, anandam. Find out that anandam. So for that he says, the third step is you have an Ishta Devata and catch hold of him and have a deep bhakti with him. And this is called Abhyasa. Abhyasa means same nama, like japa. That means we have turned our mind from external objects to inside. Because we know that only in the mind we have this bliss, happiness. And then over a period of time, when you practice this, then you will see everything as Ishvara's creation. There is no word other than Ishvara. That is Sarvatma Buddhi. And this is called Vishwarupa Darshanam. So whatever I see, they are all Bhagavan. So that means I don't have to go a particular place to worship Bhagavan. He is everywhere. He is available. So I go to that. This is the fourth step. And from when you reach the fourth step, so you are a karma yogi, mind is pure, then your mind ekagrata has come, you have focused everything, and you see everything as God, and then you are an eligible candidate for Jnana Yoga. And Jnana Yoga is nothing but Sravana, Manana, Nididhyasanam. So Sravana means listening to scriptures or attending satsang. All these are Sravana. And then we get doubts. That is removed by Mananam. And again, that idea or whatever that jnanam which I have obtained through Shravanam and Armanam has to be firmly established in my mind, in my system. And for that, we have to do Nididhyasanam. That is a meditation after knowing the Atma Jnanam. So on the Atma Jnanam, we do meditation, and that is called Nididhyasanam. Then you become a Jivan Mukta. So you can see the steps. These are what has been described between sloka number 1 and 11. Krishna feels that it may be difficult for ordinary people to understand. So he now gives on the 12th sloka as a different way of analysis. So one method is here we have seen that 5 ladders. Okay, now when we come to the 12th shloka, I will read now. श्रेयो हि ज्ञानमभ्यासात् ज्ञानात् ज्ञानं विशिष्यते ध्यानात् कर्मबलत्यागं त्यागात् चान्तिरनन्तरम्. Four sadhanas he has given, taken. Shreyo hi jnanam abhyasat. So abhyasam is one sadhana. Then jnanam is the second sadhana. Jnanat dhyanam vishishyate, meditation, dhyanam. And dhyanat karma balatyagam, renunciation of the fruits of action. And tyagat chandir anantaram. Immediately you get tranquility of the mind. So we have got four sadhanas he has given, he has taken, and he says each one is good. Now, for example, take Seyogi Jnana Abhyasa. We all do Abhyasam. For example, when we have any religious function in our house, say for example, take our Upanayana. When I am getting my third ceremony, the father is there, the priest is there, I am there, and the priest is telling lot of mantras, and neither even the priest also may not know the meaning of the mantras, nor the father, nor this child who is getting Upanayana, but we conduct the ritual. Same in the case of marriage. Same in the case of for a departed soul, we do some kriyas. So these routine religious activities we are following based on some tradition and assumptions. So he says, Bhagavan says here, this abhyasat jnanam vishishyate. Jnanam is try to understand why I am doing. Even today, if many people inquire themselves what is the meaning of Gayatri, they will not be able to tell why I am doing this Sandhya Vandanam. If I do not do Sandhya Vandanam, people will say that you are not a bhakta, you are not a religious person. But we are not getting. So, Jnanam is superior to Abhyasam. But Jnanam has to be firmly established in our mind. No practice is worthy unless it conduces to emergence of knowledge in the practitioner. So any practice what we do with the knowledge should be imbibed by us. Classical example is Nachiketas and his father Vaja, uh, Vajashravana. So Vajashravana, his father, Nachiketa's father was doing a yajna. And the son was looking at him. He's only 10 years old at that time, but he's a learned scholar. And the father was doing rituals yet mechanically. Nowadays, we have in the temples, even for ringing the bell, automatic machines are there. Even for chanting mantras, Hari Om, Om Namo Narayana. So all these things are now done mechanically. So that means you don't need abhyasa. Abhyasa can be done by mantras, by robots. So Nachiketas asked his father, why you are doing these rituals which is not in conformity with Shastras? And then persistently, when he was asking, his father told him that he asked him, to whom I am going to be given? To Yama. So he took it very seriously and he went to Yamaloka. So that means Nachiketas have done abhyasa, he has he has taken knowledge, jnanam, and then he has also did meditation to absorb that knowledge. So dhyanam, he has done that. So third step is dhyanam. That is practice with knowledge, and knowledge with practice is dhyanam. Knowledgeless practice and knowledgeless jnanam is not good. You should have the knowledge of why I am doing this practice, and if I do that practice, what benefit I will get back from the jnanam. That means that absorption takes place, and that is called dhyanam. That is the third one. Next he says, dhyana karmapala tyagam. Karmapala tyagam is dhyana. That means once my mind is purified, then I have the tendency to renounce the fruits of action. All our problems today are even before doing work, I want to see the result, even before doing the action. You can take an example of a student, very good student. He has studied very well, extremely well. He was first in the class all the time. So when he goes for the 10th examination, he started dreaming. If I come out first in the class, then I will get admission, medical admission. Then I will become a doctor. Then I will earn a lot of money. I mean, he has already started building castles in the mind. Anxiety for the result. And the result has not come. He has not finished his action. His activity will be to study, concentrate on the study and write the examination. So, with this attitude of the mind, when he goes to the examination hall, he is not able to write the exam properly because mind is agitated, confused. And the net result is he didn't do well. So all is this is happening even when you go for an interview. You know everything, but that nervousness and that anxiety for the result gives us a bad impression. So tyaga shanti anantaram. So the first you do karma, the fruits come later. Karmanyevadhikarate mahapadeshu katachana. So that we have already very clearly said in the Bhagavad Gita, do your duty because the results are not in your hands. The results are depending upon various other factors, and you are only one of the contributor of the result. So karma bala tyagam. So once you do tyagam, if you reach that stage, then the tranquility of the mind comes automatically. Tyagas shanti anantaram. Shanti anantaram. Anantaram means immediately. Immediately the peace comes. Tranquility comes. And peace is nothing but happiness, bliss. It's another name. Peace can also be jnanam. Now Krishna says, in this he says, karmapala tyagam is superior. Whereas in the case of our 5-step ladder, karmapala tyagam is the first ladder, first step. Because whatever I do action, I get some results and I opt to take it as a gift from the Lord. But here, normally when I do, say for example, when you get Vinayaka Chaturthi, we make prasadam, korkatai. Then we offer that korkatai to Bhagavan. Because we are 100% sure God is not going to eat it. We are going to eat it. So for our sake. So this is a common this thing. But if God is going to start taking the prasada, then probably we may not offer all the quantity. We will keep it something balanced. The meaning for prasada and naivedyam, we have heard common names, The word nivedanam is informing the Lord that because of your grace, I have got this gift. That is called Naivedyam, Nivedanam. And Prasada is the tranquility of the mind, Shanti. I have no resistance. That means if they have no resistance in the mind, then my mind is tranquil. And when the tranquility is there, I will be able to see clearly the Bhagavan. So that was Shanti, become Prasada. And Tyaga is nothing but giving up resistance. Tyaga is giving up resistance. In Sloka 2.48 in Bhagavad Gita, Yogastak Kurukarmani Sangam Tettva Dharanjaya Siddhya Siddhyo Samo Bhutva Samatvam Yoga Uchyate. Samatvam is tranquility. So the entire Bhagavad Gita, the Samatvam is talked about right from first sloka, first chapter to last chapter. So why Krishna is talking about this way? Because see, when whom will you encourage? There is a student who is already first in the class. Will you encourage him? So you should encourage a student who is lagging behind, so that he has an incentive to study, and then he also would like to earn the first rank. So to whom he, so that is what Krishna's idea here. So that means he is not contradicting what he said in the 11th sloka and this sloka. So this with this, he has completed his discourse on the questions Arjuna has raised. Who is the superior bhakta, whether it is Nirguna bhakta or Saguna bhakta? Now he is taking up another uh, 7 slokas from 13 to 20th. Actually, Bhagavad Gita is already over with this, but he doesn't want to leave it at that stage. So what he wants to do now is we are now talking about. He is going to talk about a Jivan Mukta. Jivan Mukta means he has crossed all the 5 steps of the ladder and he has climbed the Jivan Mukta status. And we are all Anatmas. We are not Jivan Muktas. So we are talking about Jivan Mukta. And Jivan Mukta, how will you identify a Jivan Mukta? In the second chapter, it is called Sthira Prajna Lakshanam. Sloka number 55 to 72 is the Sthira Prajna Lakshana. That means how Arjuna is asking Krishna, how will he behave? How will he conduct himself? How will he face the challenges? How will he sit? How will he walk? All that questions he has asked in the Sthiraprajna Lakshana. For that, Bhagavan has given a beautiful explanation in the second chapter. Now, in this chapter, 12th chapter, he is again giving the Jivan Mukta Lakshana, characteristics of a Jivan Mukta. That is sloka number 13 to 20. There is one more place where he is going to talk about Jivan Mukta Lakshana in the 14th chapter, Gunatita, the one who has crossed all the 3 gunas, Gunatitas, Sattva, Raja, Tamo gunas, the one who has transcended all these 3 gunas, Gunatita Lakshana, that is also coming there. So these are the 3 places in Bhagavad Gita where a characteristics of the Jivan Mukta is described. You may ask why he is taking this topic now here. In the 13th chapter, he has already given, he is going to give 20 values, disciplines to be practiced. Also on the 16th chapter, Asuri Sambat and Daiva Sambat, Asuri and Devasura Sambat. So these values also we should cultivate. But indirectly, what happens is in the case of Sthitaprajna Lakshana, he is already a Jivan Mukta, and Jivan Mukta will have certain characteristics which we can see, and that we should practice. That is, we should emulate his example. One value he is talking about in the 13th chapter is called adveshta, hatred. He does not hate anybody. That is natural for him, for Jivan Mukta. And for us, it is not natural. So that will be a sadhana for us. That means we have to follow that sadhana. For example, I should not get angry. For Jivan Mukta, it is natural. But for us, it is spontaneous, impulsive. So for that, we have to cultivate, we have to practice. So that is the second advantage of understanding the characteristics of Jivan Mukta. And the third also is we should not use this for any comparison purpose. Looking at somebody, because you are a Jivan Mukta, he has got these three characteristics. So I start evaluating. These characteristics are given to us here only to understand in what place I am standing, to evaluate myself, whether I have made any progress. See, we are attending this class for the last 4.5 years now. So any progress we have, or have we improved anywhere, anytime? Take any one value and whether we are following that particular value, that is more important to understand. So it is for our own assessment how much we have understood the teachings of Bhagavad Gita. So these are the things. But he is also giving a warning here that one should not get discouraged. Oh, I don't have, see, hatred is supposed to be bad value, anger is bad value, jealousy is a bad value. I have all these qualities, but do not get discouraged because this topic is only to evaluate ourselves and how we can improve. And the improvement method he has given here. So if you go through the Bhagavad Gita, the entire Gita gives you the good points, the valuable points, how to handle, how to overcome, everything he has given. That is the beauty of this Bhagavad Gita. So that means we should not get discouraged by looking at it. All our problems are because of our ego. Every cell in our body, we have got so many cells. Every cell has got an ego. That is the reason, our internal problems, medical problems are all because of one cell thinks I am the superior cell, the other cell thinks I am the superior cell. So when they fight each other, the sufferer is our body, our system. So we get agitated. And if and the cells are also going on decaying over a period of time. They say every 7 years you get a new body because all the cells are replaced. The toxic cells are removed and new cells are generated. Up to the age of 40, the regeneration of the cells is possible. But then it starts slowing down. As the age goes up, the cells, uh, regeneration of the cells comes down. That they call it a resistance power is coming down. And especially when you are at the age of 70, 75, our regeneration is taking very, very slow time. That is why when we fall and the bone is broken or something, it is very difficult for regeneration of that bone to come back to the original situation. So that means we should practice. I mean, ego should be removed 100%. If ego can be removed 100%, even at an earlier age, your old age life will be very pleasant, satisfactory. So the coordination, ego gives rise to what happens? Ego says, I am the body, I am the mind, I am the ego. Sorry, I am the intellect. Ego says. And the superimposition That is what is called as I. I. And the superimposition of the I in the worldly objects is called mamata, nirmama, mamakara, mine, mine. When you say this is my house, the house is not you. The house is for you to stay there comfortably. But I always say my house. Because why? I have an abhimana in the house. I have an abhimana in my car. It is my car. It is my son. It is my professor. So that means mamakara. Mamakara and ahankara. Ahankara is with respect to the body, all the bodies, three bodies. Ahankara, mamakara is the root cause for all our personal problems. And the entire Bhagavad Gita for the 18 chapters is talking about nirmamaha nirahankaraha. This is the crux of the Bhagavad Gita topic. Nirmamaha means nothing is mine. Everything Bhagavan has given us as a gift for us to use. And afterwards you hand over back to Bhagavan. You cannot carry because we have got five bhutas, pancha bhutas. So pancha bhutas is the one which is giving you all the facilities what you want. That is provided by Bhagavan. So there is a beautiful sloka in Niti Shatakam, sorry, in Vairagya Shatakam. There the Bhagavan says, an aged person at the time of his deathbed, he is thanking Bhagavan. So I'll just read that particular sloka. Just 1 minute. Sloka 101, page 156. He says here, O Mother Earth, O Father Wind, O Friend Light, O Water, my good relation, and O Brother Sky. Here do I fold for the last time my palms in salutations to you by means of your by means of poor knowledge resulting from the preponderances of merit accumulated by virtue of association with you. All the trammels of infatuation having been removed, I now merge in the Supreme Brahman. So Diti Shatakam says that he is thanking because everything is a gift from these people, from the nature. So we should have the trusteeship attitude. So nothing belongs to you. No mamakara, no ahankara. So if everything is a gift of Bhagavan, then what should be our attitude? So that is the thing. That these are all the values which we should cultivate. So ahankara, mamakara is the major problem for all of us. So now we go to sloka number 13. Advaita sarvabhutanam maitra karuna eva cha nirmamo nirahankaraha samadukka sukha shami. Advaita sarvabhutanam Advaita sarvabhutanam is one value, Maitraha second value, Karuna third value, Evacha, Nirmamaha fourth value, Nirahankaraha no ego fifth value, Samadukka Sukhaha sixth value, and Shami one having a Shama patience seventh value. So seven values, disciplines, characteristics has been given of a Jivan Mukta in this sloka. So this sloka is a very, very important sloka because not that we should practice all these seven virtues. Take any one virtue. That virtue will always take you to other virtues. So that is the beauty of this one. So you follow one value, the other values will automatically come. So now, if you talk about Advaita, what is meant by Advaita? Advaita means I have no hatred. A Jivan Mukta has no hatred with anybody. He is a friend of all the people. Here, the Dveta, opposite of Advaita, Dveta comes because of Raga. Raga and Dvesha. So Dvesha, from Dvesha has come to Dvesta. Raga Dvesha. So if you have an attachment, hatred will automatically come. If there is no hatred, no attachment, there is no Dvesha. So Jivan Mukta is one who have realized that his Atma is in every Atma, so how can he hate another fellow? I have my tongue and I have my teeth. In sleep, sometime I bite my tongue with the teeth bites the tongue. Now, will you punish the teeth for biting? No, it is one and the same. But if the teeth is some outside me, then I have the hatred comes in. Or somebody uses unparliamentary word to me, I hate that fellow. It doesn't mean that you should hate him because he is using bad language to you. So how do you feel? How do you see that Jivan Mukta is seeing him as a, a same Atma as he has got his own Atma. So no dvesham for him, no hatred for him. And what Jivan Mukta will try to do is, in our case, if somebody hurts me, I will give it back to him. I mean, we are no different from the other fellow. Whereas in the case of Jivan Mukta, he knows very well that by hating him back again, he is not going to change. So you have to use other methods to change him. Sama, Dana, Beda, Danda. So these are the proper corrective methods has to be given. Even at that time, he has no hatred when he is advising him, because you cannot change a man. Change is possible. In the case of, we have seen, in the case of Ratnakara, he was a wayside robber. And what happened to him? He said, Narada came, he got Narada, and then Narada started advising him that whatever atrocities you are doing, and you are incurring all papams, sins, and you go and ask your family whether are they willing to share your sins. So when Vasmi Ratnakara went to his house and inquired about them, he said, "No, we never asked you to rob people and then look after us. No, we will not share." And from that time, he got that mantra Rama, Mara, that too. Because the Rama was not coming in his mouth. Mara, 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 Rama. And he totally turned. So that is possible. That is a remedy for hatred. Again, in the sloka, in the chapter number 9, there is one sloka which gives अपि चेत् सुदुराचारो भजते माम् अनन्यभाक् साधुरेव च मन्तव्यः सम्यक् व्यवसितो हि सः. The worst sinner, if he ultimately decides to use devotion for the Lord, he will be completely changed. He will become a saint. So sinner becomes a saint, like what we have seen in the example of Valmiki. So that means Advaita is a non-hatred attitude. And when I have this hatred against anybody for that matter, you know who is the first victim of the hatred? I myself. When when I hate somebody else, I hate myself because that hating tendency is in my mind. It is like an acid. The acid will corrode the container first before it destroys the other person. So we should be very, very careful in using all these negative qualities because that is going to hit you first before hitting the others. That means the damage is already done to you. And with that damage, how can you change another fellow? Whereas in the case of Jivan Mukta, he has no hatred because he loves everybody. He has sympathy, he has empathy. Can we not follow this value? Advaita, non-hatred. So this is how the Jivan Mukta. So if I have to follow a Jivan Mukta way of life, then I should also, whatever are his natural qualities, his quality is natural. He doesn't have any put any effort to not to hate anybody. It is natural for him. Whereas it is natural for us to hurt others. So we are waiting for a chance to hurt others. So that means that is why we have to go step by step. 5 steps are given. So up to fourth step we should climb up. So for that reformation we can use these values. So Advaita. Advaita on whom? Sarva Bhutana, on all jivas, irrespective of anybody for that matter. If you take Ramana Maharshi has got even some of the animals as friends for him because he is seeing the same Atma in them also. Advaita Sarva Bhutana. And the second quality is Maitraha. So when you do not hate anybody, naturally you have to be a friend. Mitra. And Mitra also has got a wonderful qualities. Maitraha. Again, coming back to Niti Shatakam, who is a friend? Normally we think so and so is my friend. And that friend is a real friend or a good friend as long as you have money with you, something with you. Because he is not loving you, he is not showing you his friendship just for the sake of friendship. Because he is expecting something from you in return. He is not a friend. Please note, he is not a friend. A real friend is the one. That's why in Sanskrit they use the word suhrt. Suhrt means in the heart. He does not expect anything in return, but he will tell you correctly what is your bottlenecks, what are your defects. So I will read Again from Niti Shatakam. Wise people thus describe the characteristics of a true friend. True friend, please note. He, a good friend, dissuades you from sin. I mean, if you are committing any sin, he will persuade you not to commit that sin. Urges you to good action. I mean, he advises you to do very good actions. Keeps your secrets. Keeps your secrets. See, that's the advantage of a good friend. So you can share all your problems and good things with him. Keep your secrets. Publishes merits. If you have any merits, he will publish. Now we are doing the other way. All the secrets we expose and all the merits we conceal. Thus, does not forsake you. Does not forsake you means when you are in distress, he will not give you and helps you in time of need. And helps you in time of need. Vajagovindam, it is beautiful sloka. Vayasi gade kaha kama vikaraha, शुष्के नीरे कः कासारः क्षीणे वित्ते कः परिवारः क्षीणे वित्ते कः परिवारः once you are a bankrupt, you have no money, all your followers, including your close relations, everybody will run away because you may ask loan from them. So क्षीणे वित्ते कः परिवारः and ज्ञाते तत्त्वे कः संसारः. See, that means a good friend will be with you throughout with you. That means he is a friend, he is a suhrit. So a Jivan Mukta has such type of friendship. He is a well-wisher of yours. And then comes the next quality, Karuna. Karuna is compassion. Karuna is empathy. Now, in Bhagavad Gita, in the 6th chapter, sloka number 32, आत्मौपम्येन सर्वत्र समं पश्यति योऽर्जुन सुखं वा यदि वा दुःखं स योगी परमो मतः आत्मौपम्येन सर्वत्र. That means he will always compare himself with others. That means if I am, he is a Jivan Mukta. So Jivan Mukta has compassion, simple, empathy. So he will compare this with everyone outside because everybody has got the same Atma. Atmaupamyena sarvatra samam pashyati Arjuna. Samam pashyati. He sees everybody as himself. Sukham va yadi va dukkham. Sa yogi paramo mataha. Such a yogi is dear to me. That's what he says here also in this 11, 7 this thing. He is my real devotee. I will go after him. We all know the story of uh, Kuchela. He was a friend of Krishna. Krishna and Kuchela, they studied together in Sanjeevani, and when Kuchela had 27 children according to the legend, and he was he was in an extremely dire poverty state, but Kuchela was not worried about it because he's a Jivan Mukta. So when he went to visit Lord Krishna on the pressure of his wife, so Lord Krishna saw him from a distance. He came out of the gate, received him, and embraced him, and did Pada Puja. And that water he used for prokshanam, he's put that water on all the people who are, including Rukmani. And people are wonderstruck. This is the friendship. This is called Maitra, Karuna. So that means he has no ill will. A Jivan Mukta is similar to that one. Such, why Krishna went to Kuchela, and what he says in the 14th sloka, he used to say, Mat Bhaktaha Same Priyaha. Mat Bhaktaha Same Priyaha means such a devotee is very close to me. That's what he says. So Advaita Sarvabhutanam Maitra Karuna Yavacha. So a Jivan Mukta has no hatred. He is using that non-hatred for his friendship, Maitraha, and he also uses for the empathy, Karuna, compassion. Then he says, Nirmamo Nirahankaraha. That we have talked about quite a lot. And in fact, the whole Bhagavad Gita, if you look at Nirmamo Nirahankaraha, there are plenty of slokas on Nirmama and Nirmamo and Nirahankaraha. I'll give you one or two examples. In second chapter 21, आपूर्यमाणम् अचलप्रतिष्ठं समुद्रमाव प्रविशन्ति यद्वत् तद्दत्कामायं प्रविशन्ति सर्वे स शान्तिम् आप्नोति न कामकामी. Then he says on 18th chapter, third chapter, Mai sarvani karmani sanyas yadyatma chetasa nirashir nirmamo bhutva yudyatsa vigadajvaraha. Again on 18th chapter, 53 shloka, Akankaram balam tarpam kamam krodam parigraham vimuchya nirmama shanto brahma bhuyaya kalpate. So you can see the importance of nirmama and nirahankaraha, which is a value Jivan Mukta has got, and that we should also emulate. And then he says, next is Samadukkaha Sugaha Kshami, Samadukka Sukhaha. This is also oft quoted in Bhagavad Gita. Again, plenty of slokas. Again, in 238, he says, Yogatta Kurukarmani, Sangam Tektva Dhanidya, Siddhya Siddhyo Samo Bhutva, Samatvam Yoga Uchyate. So that means he is talking about, again, Samatvam there. And again, on the second chapter, he says, Sugadukhe Same Kritva, Labadavo Jaya Jayam, Tato Yudhyaya Yudyasva, Daivam Papam Avapsasi. That means you will not incur any sin if you act according to Samatva Buddhi. So that means what an importance given to the Samatva Buddhi. Samadukka Sukha Shami. And who is a Shami? Tolerant person. Titiksha. Matrat Sparshastu Kaunteya, Shitoshna Sukadukkeshu, Matrat Sparshastu Kaunteya, Shitoshna Sukadukkeshu. Just 1 minute. Agamapino Anityaha Tam Titikshaswa Bharata. So there also he says Titiksha, tolerate, endurance. So this only shows that violent method is not an answer to our hatred So if I have to remove my hatred, I should use Maitri Baba, Shama, patience, tolerance, and the more you postpone the reaction, it is better. So that is the advantage of knowing the characteristics of a Jivan Mukta, and we should try to cultivate a few of them. Some more are coming in the next 6 slokas. So, but this particular sloka gives you 7 such characteristics. So the next 2 slokas, that is along with the 13, 14 and 15, will be taken up by Sri Natarajan next week, next Thursday. And I hope all of you will get benefited out of this the discussion, because it's very important to follow. It is very easy to follow also. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Hari Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om